Hello, this is Lucas, and today I'm going to be taking a look at MHZ Toys Fleet Commander MH-01C Hurricane. Now this is a knockoff of Fans Toys Quietus. It's the third one MHZ have made. They've done a knockoff of FT29. They've done a knockoff of FT29T, so that's the two versions of Quietus, one that's got sort of grey, white limbs, and the T one is the one that's got the pink limbs that's meant to be more cartoon accurate. This is neither of those. They've done a shattered glass version, so this box is completely inaccurate to the toy inside because he is very orange indeed, orange and yellow. So we'll have a look at the toy in a minute. I just thought I'd show the box quickly, which has some of their product shots and even a little bio of theirs. As I said, this is a knockoff. Now, I'm not a huge fan of knockoffs. I don't tend to buy knockoffs of Takara toys. The only ones I've dabbled with before are the ones by Toy House Factory, who did very good versions of Megatron, Masterpiece Megatron and Masterpiece Soundwave, which are pretty great. And Toy House Factory do a similar thing to MHZ in that they don't masquerade as the real thing. THF toys don't put them into Takara Masterpiece boxes. They sort of give them the characters their own names, much as we've got here. But they're knockoffs. They're still knockoffs. I think THF made some slight design improvements to some of the ones they've knocked off, but nothing groundbreaking. And this is definitely a knockoff of Fans Toys Quietus, as we'll see in a minute. I know that MHZ, as well as the Quietus knockoffs, they've done the accessory kit you get with Astro Train, this little trailer and a little target master for Astro Train. And I don't know if it's MHZ who did the Astro Train knockoff and the Robot Paradise Soundwave knockoff. I don't think it was, but anyway, MHZ have got history with sort of dabbling with Fans Toys products and doing their own thing. So let's have a look at the shattered glass Quietus. Okay, so packaging, it's pretty simple. You've seen the outer box. They do give you some instructions, which I'm not going to pay too much attention to, but you know, their colour. Fine. I tend to use video instructions. And it comes in a polystyrene inner case with a L on it. And there he is in all his bright orange glory. In the package you get everything pretty much that you get with the official Fans Toys Quietus, but it's all very, very orange. Have a look through this in a second. So accessories wise, you get the two swords or katana, which are nicely done. A lot of the orange on this figure, I'll get this out of the way now and we'll look at the figure in a moment, seems to be coloured plastic and not painted. I think a lot of this is, you can see there's a slight sort of sprue mark on the sword. I think a lot of this is coloured plastic and not painted. Obviously, it's a KO, you're not going to get the same quality you do with Fans Toys. Fans Toys figures are famously really nicely painted. This it looks nice, but it's not got much in the way of paint. This is one of the blasters. Again, the orangey yellow, I'm pretty sure this is plastic, not paint. And even might be paint on the silver, but it does have a sort of metallic fleck ingrained into. You see that? The plastic. And it looks nice. Oh, also one other thing I noticed with this particular accessory, slight sort of gappage there where it's loose. See, this comes apart. Again, just a minor quality thing, but it's holding together okay, and you can push it back together okay. Again, the larger blaster, I'm 90% sure this is not painted. It's just very nice, flecked, metallic grain to it, but plastic. It does come with the IDW head. And these are very, very thin and fragile, these horns. Very, very sharp. Very, very fragile. I've actually, when you get it in the box, it has the broken horn set fitted, and I've swapped them over because I just prefer the two horn look. See if we can get in on that face sculpt. It's very nice, cleanly, sharply sculpted. This plastic feels thin. It feels light. It doesn't feel like it's going to break on you. But as I said, when it came in the box, this one was fitted. You have to take off the face and unscrew it to change this, which you may be familiar with if you have the other one. I did notice that when I did that, there is a slight stress mark at the top of this bit which attach. See that stress mark in the plastic. So I would just advise being careful with these bits if you're changing stuff over. It's thin plastic, but it feels okay. This is the second face you get. The non-IDW face. Again, very cleanly sculpted, nice metallic blue eyes. You get his samurai hip skirts, which I'll show off in a bit, which can hold the swords, obviously. Everything's sort of tolerant just fine, and his little target master. I don't know his name. I don't know. Which is just fine, you know. It's very solid tolerances. Nothing feels loose. It's all fantastically toleranced. Again, this is not painted at all, other than the face. It's just the coloured plastic, and that seems to be the case almost throughout. There is some painted areas on the figure, which I'll show you in a minute, but do not expect Fans Toys paint. To be fair, this I got this from AliExpress. This was £70, so for £70 it's excellent quality. You know, you don't expect Fans Toys quality, you don't expect Fans Toys finish and paint if you're paying that much for a KO figure. Let's have a look at the figure itself. So here he is, MH-01C Hurricane. I don't know if the others were called C as well, probably because it's the same box. So yeah, a knockoff of Quietus in a glorious orange colour. So it's the shattered glass Cyclonus. Oh, let's do his ears. These ears, now I can't remember Oh no, they did. They weren't stopping in the middle earlier. But they only had one stop place. I can't remember how the ears on the original Quietus worked, whether they would go wherever you position them or if they had any stop points. I don't have my Quietuses with me for comparison because they're in storage. So I'm afraid you're not going to get to see a side by side. I just wanted to quickly just show this really and give an overview of it because I don't think many people have got this in hand yet. It's an acquired taste, is this. I think some people are saying it's slightly the wrong colour, that the shattered glass Cyclonus should be a bit redder than this. New Age did an excellent version of it as well in Legend scale. But I just had to have this. I think it looked ace. Once again, a lot of this is unpainted plastic. Now, the chest seems to be die-cast metal and painted. It's a very good colour match. And if you can see there, you can see a slight difference. See if we can zoom back out again. But a lot of this, I mean, you can particularly tell it's just plastic, but it looks okay because it's got this metallic fleck ingrained in it. A few bits that to me look a little cheap. These pieces would have been transparent plastic on the original Quietus, and they're just a sort of flat black plastic, which I don't think is painted. Some more here as well. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It's just when you get up close, it doesn't look fantastic. But it's the greys are really nice. I think they've done very good colour matching throughout the figure. These fins slide. I think they're in the right position for robot mode. There's the back of it. Again, it looks like they have painted the windows black here, and is this die cast? I don't know, it looks like a different coloured orange. But, I mean, I sort of know what you're getting because it is a direct copy of Fans Toys Quietus, and I think they've done it really well. For the price, it's incredible, and you do get all the IDW bits which you can attach. Just as you can with the original. I'm not going to change the head. It involves screwdrivers. Showing the head. But yes, it looks great. Let's just quickly run through, well, not exactly the articulation because we know what he does, but I'll just run through the joints and show you how well tolerant they are. Now, one of the first things I noticed, the head is kind of loose. I mean, it holds itself up. Just feels a little loose, and also out of the box or in the box his face had sort of flown off. I was worried that the face was very loose, but it seems to hold in place and doesn't fly off all the time. That's the stock head sculpt. The shoulders, that's just friction, and there is a screw in there, so if it did get loose, you could tighten it up. It has a fairly soft ratchet going around, but again, I wish I had the official to compare it to see quite how close the teeth are, but you can see the clicks there. Works just fine. It has a bicep swivel, which is nice and tight, well toleranced. Double jointed elbow, and both the joints are very tight, very well toleranced. This hand is not at all loose. Feels very solid, as do all the fingers. Same articulated fingers as Fans Toys. Very solid, hold the shape very well. And there's no sort of noticeable difference between the arms either. They're both good. I don't think Quietus ever really had a waist swivel or an ab crunch, and these hip skirts were always a bit weird. Again, maybe be careful with the plastic because it might not be as good a quality as the official, but it's got little hip skirts that come out of the way. Ratchets going forwards and back. Well tolerance, that swivel's absolutely fine, tight. Ratcheted knees, double jointed. It holds itself well. Again, well balanced both sides. That's maybe slightly loose there, but a lot of these joints, certainly there's a screw. You could tighten things if you needed to. What else have we got? Ankle tilt is, again, nothing feels loose. Everything on this feels solid. Absolutely fine. It doesn't feel quite like a Fans Toys toy, obviously, but feels like a very good toy. It's certainly worth the £70. It's really well done, really well done. I think the FT29 and the FT29T ones they did got good reviews as well. I personally probably wouldn't buy a knockoff of a straight up knockoff of Fans Toys toy. I like Fans Toys a lot. I will support Fans Toys. I don't think Fans Toys are going to do this with their Quietus. If they ever did, I'd probably buy it because it would have better paint. It would probably be better toleranced. But I don't think they're going to. And this is excellent. I really like it. So it's a bit of an acquired taste. But yeah, I would certainly recommend getting one of these if you can. I got it from AliExpress. I'll probably put a link in the description. I have a second copy on the way from Oh My Primus. They haven't got their stock yet though. I just wasn't sure with this being super limited. So say apparently there's only 500 copies of this, and it was an AliExpress store I'd never used before. I was kind of hedging my bets, ordering from two places, but I quite like the idea of getting two in. I've got both of the Fans Toys versions of Quietus, and I may display one of these in alt mode, one of them in bot mode. I'm not going to do a transformation, by the way. This is just a quick, well, hopefully quick-ish overview of the figure. I'm just going to wrap up now with a few comparisons, not a comparison with Quietus, I'm afraid, as I've said, mine's in storage, but I've got a few other orangey yellow bots out to compare them to, just for the hell of it. Okay, a few quick comparisons to wind this up. As you can see, I have changed his head over and put him in IDW mode. I think it looks great. A few quick side-by-sides. Here he is with Fans Toys Smokey, or Dragstrip, who is smaller than I remember him being. Very yellow. Here he is with KFC Crash Hog, Retgar, and a little orange mini butt. Rig or Huffer. Once again, yes, it is a KO, and yes, KOs are bad, but I don't think this is undermining the Fans Toys customer base, because it's a figure that Fans Toys don't currently do. If Fans Toys ever did do it, I would probably buy it, because it will have better quality paint, this, and probably slightly better tolerances. There's a slight wobble there, but as I said, its arm holds itself up. Yes, it is not painted from head to toe. It has a little bit of paint here and there. The plastic, though, looks fine, looks absolutely great. It's got a nice metallic finish. This figure will look good on your shelf. It's great quality for the money, which, as I said, is about £70. I'm really pleased with it. I would strongly recommend this to anyone who can get over its orangeness, which is a bit startling. In its promo pictures, I don't know, obviously it looked very orange. That left arm, or its right arm, is slightly more wobbly. I'll probably see if I can tighten that up, but like I say, it holds the pose just fine. When I opened the box, it was a bit shocking. It's very orange. It's almost like a high-vis road safety orange. And also in the promo shots, I think the yellowish parts looked more yellow, less orange. They're a bit lighter, and the orange was maybe slightly less startling. But, in hand, it's great, it's fun, it looks good. I'm really pleased with it, and I've got another one coming, so it's a good job I like it. I hope this review has been useful to you, if you were thinking of getting this, or if you didn't know this was a thing. Once again, apparently it's limited to 500 pieces with a fourth party KO company. Quite how true that turns out to be, I don't know. Quite how many people are going to want this figure, I don't know, but I'll put some links in the description to the places where I've secured it from. And yep, let me know in the comments what you think. Please check out my Instagram for robot photos, Robo Lucas. Check out my Instagram for robot decals, faction logos. That's the Robo Lucas Decal store. I'll put links to those in the description as well. Thank you for watching.